Hello, in this video I will be cutting the barrel feet on a Kart match barrel that will go along with the full custom 1911 build that I'm doing. Now the ideal link size on a 1911 5-inch 45 government model is .278. That's the standard accepted link size that is required for the pistol to operate correctly. Now I use a formula to calculate the amount of material that I need to remove from the Kart barrel. This is oversized in the barrel feet here, and a portion of this metal has to be removed. And the way I calculate that is a formula that I use that will determine how much I'm going to be cutting on the milling machine with the cutter, and to fit the .278 inch link. Now the link's primary function is to unlock the barrel from the slide and to time that event, and incidentally it helps guide it. Now the 1911 is a recoil operated pistol and requires the link to pull the barrel out of the lugs in the slide. Now when fired, the bullet starts to move down the barrel, and at the same time the barrel begins to move. However, the barrel and slide is heavy as a unit, and it helps keep this unit locked until the bullet is exiting the barrel. Now since the barrel is moving slightly while the bullet is still traveling towards the muzzle, that is another reason to ensure that the barrel feet and slide stop fit is correct, to help aid in stability, which is going to equal accuracy. Essentially, mass times velocity in one direction is going to be mass times velocity in the opposite direction. Now it's the bullet's movement forward that causes the recoil backwards. Basically, if there was no frame and link, the slide and the barrel would never unlock. They would remain together after it fires. But there is a link, and there is a frame, and there is a slide stop pin, and that will unlock the barrel out of engagement with the slide. Now when the weapon does recoil, the energy stored in the recoil spring as it retracts, along with the bounce of the slide stop against the recoil spring guide rod into the impact surface of the frame, right here, is going to help cause the slide to return back to battery as it chambers a new round. Now using a shock buff is going to cause a loss of that bounce. It's like taking a metal hammer and whacking against another metal hammer. You're going to get that bounce off the two. But if you make a rubber hammer or plastic hammer hit a steel hammer, you will lose some of that bounce, quite a bit of it. Okay, most production 1911 pistols tend to ride the link to some degree, some more than others. Now this condition will eventually lead to premature failure of the link, or the link pin, or even the barrel lug hole. Now this is not going to happen right away, and keep in mind that on the original stock 1911 and 1911A1, it used a standard GI barrel and link and slide stop, and the lowered lug had no part in camming the barrel into a locked position into the slide. This was left entirely to the link. Nowadays it's possible to build using better machining practices and tighter tolerances, and a competent pistol smith is able to build a highly accurate and reliable pistol and achieve that lockup via the slide stop pin camming the barrel into the slide lockup. Now, if the pistol smith isn't careful to leave certain tolerances built into the pistol, you can get some excess fouling or dirt that will affect the reliability. Unfortunately, there's probably more folks out there building pistols that don't know how to do this than there are that do. It's very possible to build a highly reliable pistol that does lock via the slide stop pin on the barrel lugs. Now, if you're told by a company that your pistol needs to be broke in 1,000 rounds or so to be reliable, then I would probably look elsewhere for your build. There's no reason why you cannot build a pistol from the get-go and have it be reliable and accurate and not have to be broken in. Now the accepted ideal size for the link is .278. A link that is too long will delay the unlocking of the barrel out of the slide. At roughly about 1/10 of an inch of rearward movement, it's going to begin unlocking. Now, unlocking too late will often cause impact by the lugs on the slide to the barrel lugs, and will begin to roll or peen the front of those lugs. Additionally, a link that's too short will cause unlocking too early, and you're going to have high chamber pressures that is going to undermine the case support and supply undue stress on the extractor hook, since it will be trying to pull out a case that is still expanded in the chamber. So a correctly fitted link is going to go a long way to ensure that a pistol functions correctly, reliably, and safely. In the next video I'll be cutting the actual barrel feet on the milling machine. There's a fixture I use here from Jack Wiegand. Wiegand has got several fixtures out. This is the one I like to use for trimming the barrel hood and the width of it, and also cutting the barrel feet itself. So after all my measurements are taken, I've determined how much I'm going to remove, and then I will be dressing this edge with a file and fine-tuning it. I always stop short when I use the machine, and I like to use a file to finish off just enough and get the right tolerances for reliability.